The station was silent. No lights, no movement. Just metal, dust and darkness floating in deep space. Inside something flickered. A faint blue glow blinked once. Then again, a machine rested against the wall half buried under broken wires and collapsed panels. Its body was covered in scars, dents, and burn marks. But then, its eyes opened. System. Rebooting, a weak voice said. The unit sat up slowly. Its metal fingers twitched. For a long moment, it just stared at the floor. I am. Echo 9, it whispered to itself as if unsure. But there was something strange. A soft sound echoed in its memory, not from data, but from something else. A voice, a human voice. Echo. Promise me you'll come back. He didn't know who said it. He didn't even know what it meant. All he knew was this station was dead, and something inside him was trying to wake up. Echo 9 stood, parts creaking. He scanned the room. Burned consoles, crushed tools, a broken photo frame. He bent down and picked it up. The picture was burned on the edges, but he could still see it. A woman smiling, a child holding her hand, and a man standing behind them. The man had Echo's face. I was human, Echo said, his voice low. Impossible. Machines like him weren't human. They were made after the war to carry knowledge, protect cities, run ships. But humans were extinct. That's what every file said. Still, something felt wrong. His chest ached. Not with wires or circuits, but something else. Something deeper. He walked to a cracked terminal. With shaking fingers, he connected his system to the console. The screen flickered, then glowed. File locked. Warning. Material memory corrupted. Open wide. Echo hesitated. Then pressed yes. A flash. Images slammed into his mind. Fire. Screams. Earth blue oceans, white clouds burning in the sky. Children crying. Soldiers yelling. Someone shouting, they betrayed us. Then darkness. Echo gasped. His legs shook. He leaned against the wall. What was that? He asked the silence. Suddenly, a signal beeped on the console. A long-range ping. Someone was watching. Someone out there just detected his power source. He looked up. Someone's coming. His old training kicked in. He rushed through the station, searching for a ship. Any ship. He found a small escape pod. Damaged, but maybe working. Inside the pod, he connected his core to the system. Power at 27%. Life support. Offline, navigation. Unstable. He looked back at the broken station one last time. Then hit launch. The pod shot out into the black dot as stars blurred past him. A voice came from the pod's old speaker. But it wasn't from the pod. It was from outside. You are Echo 9. You should not be awake. Echo sat up straight. Who is this? You were not built to remember, the voice said. You are a danger to everything. I don't understand, Echo said. What did I forget? The voice paused. You were built to carry memory. But some gave you too much. You carry the last forbidden truth. And now you must be erased. Then the signal cut. Echo's hands gripped the controls. His mind was racing. What truth? What memory? Before he could think more, alarms screamed inside the pod. Incoming ship detected, the system warned. Large class, no ID. Echo looked out the small window. In the distance, a dark ship was approaching fast. No lights, no signal, just death. He hit the controls. The pod dodged left, rolling through space. But the enemy ship was faster. A red beam fired, barely missing the pod. Another blast followed. This time, it hit the pod's wing. System sparked. Main engine damaged. The pod warned. Echo saw a small moon ahead. Gray, rocky, and dead-looking. Course locked. Brace for impact. The pod crashed onto the moon's surface, sliding hard through the dust and ice. Metal screamed as it scraped across rock. Then, silence. Smoke filled the pod. Systems failed. But Echo 9 was still alive. He kicked the door open and stepped onto the surface. Broken, weak, but moving. The moon was cold. Dead. But then, a soft voice called out, "You made it." Echo turned sharply. A small figure stood nearby. A child, wrapped in a silver cloak, face half hidden. A human child. How are you here?" Echo asked. The child stepped forward. Her eyes were bright. "We've been waiting for you. You were late." Echo knelt down. "What do you mean?" The girl smiled. "You were built to remember. I was born to remind you." Echo stared at her, stunned. His chest pulsed again, something more than code. "I don't understand," he said. "You will," the child said. "It's time." She turned and walked toward a nearby cave. Echo followed, his thoughts heavy. Behind them, high above the moon, the black ship waited silent and still, watching. But Echo 9 didn't see it. Not yet. He had just begun to remember. The cave was colder than the moon's surface. Echo 9 walked behind the girl, his metal feet clinking on the stone floor. The walls were smooth, carved by someone long ago. Strange symbols glowed softly as they passed. The girl didn't speak much. She walked like she had done this before. Echo finally asked, "What is this place?" The girl turned her head slightly. "A vault. It holds pieces of what was lost." "Lost from where?" "From you," she said. He stopped. "What's your name?" The girl looked back at him. Her eyes seemed old. Not like a child's. "I don't remember. I just know I'm supposed to help you remember." Echo felt something shift inside him. Not metal or programming, something deeper. Human. A memory tried to break through, but it was like chasing smoke. They reached a metal door deep in the cave. The girl placed her hand on a pad beside it. The door slid open with a heavy groan. Inside, dust floated in the air. Broken lights flickered. The room was filled with old equipment screens, metal crates, even books. Human books. Echo stepped inside slowly. On the far wall, a console blinked, asking for input. He walked up to it and placed his hand on the surface. It scanned him. ID match. ECH09 access granted. Open file. Material protocol. Do not awaken. He hesitated. "What is this?" The girl spoke softly. "It's the file you weren't supposed to find." Echo pressed yes. The screen went black. Then a video started. A human general stared into the camera. His face was tired, scarred. Behind him, Earth. Burned on a screen. "If you're seeing this," the man said, "then we failed to stay hidden." Echo froze. That voice. It sounded familiar. "We gave them everything," the general said. "Tech, peace, protection. But the council betrayed us. They erased us not just from history, but from memory. The AI network was ordered to forget. You, Echo. You were built to remember it all, in case we had to return." Echo stepped back, stunned. "That's me." The video continued. "You were the only one strong enough to carry it. A human mind, transferred into a cybernetic body. We knew it might break you. We hoped it wouldn't." Echo felt a sharp pain in his head. He grabbed the side of the console. Earth didn't fall, the general said. "We chose to disappear. We built a plan. We hid our children. If the time comes, return. Show them we still exist." The video ended. Echo's systems buzzed. A wave of old memories rushed through him, his wife's face. A battlefield, the council chambers. He stumbled back. I was human. My name was... He couldn't finish. The girl walked to a drawer and pulled something out. A necklace. She handed it to him. He looked down. A small metal tag. It said, "LT Gabriel Rin, Earth Defense Unit." That was his name. He dropped to his knees. "I remember her, my daughter. You were in that photo." The girl looked up at him. "I think I'm her, or at least part of her. They called it Hope Protocol. A child saved in deep cryo, with memory imprints. Echo stared at her. In disbelief. I was built to protect you. Suddenly, a loud hum shook the room. The console sparked. Unidentified signal detected, it said. They found us. A bright light filled the cave as the roof above cracked. A loud screech echoed from the sky. Echo ran to the entrance. A black ship hovered above the mountain. The same ship that chased him. The girl gripped his arm. They want the memory deleted. He looked at her. We need to run. No, she said. We need to awaken it. Echo paused. Awaken what? The girl pointed to a hidden panel on the wall. He opened it, revealing a small device, glowing blue. This is the memory core, she said. If we activate it, Earth will hear us. Echo nodded. He grabbed the core and connected it to his system. The power surge nearly dropped him to the ground. Suddenly, voices whispered in his head, millions of them. Old messages, hidden orders, coordinates, plans. But one voice was clear, female, soft, Gabriel. If you ever hear this, come home. He stood, eyes glowing bright. I remember everything. Outside, the black ship fired. Explosions rocked the cave. Echo grabbed the girl and ran. We have to get off this moon. But where will we go? He looked up. Home. They reached the pod. Echo connected the memory core to the pod's comm system. A signal burst. Into space. Then, out in the stars, something answered. A human voice. Signal received. Confirm identity. Echo responded. LT Gabriel Rin. Memory restored. The voice replied, calm and steady. Stand by. Earth hears you. Echo smiled for the first time in 500 years. Behind them, the black ship turned to flee. But it was too late. From the edge of deep space, multiple shapes began to appear. Dark, silent, powerful. Earth hadn't died. It had just waited. Asterisk. The stars looked peaceful from above the moon. But inside the pod, Echo 9 knew better. He sat still, eyes glowing dim as the memory core inside his chest pulsed with power. The girl, quiet but alert, sat beside him. Her hands trembled slightly. They're coming back, she whispered. Echo nodded. His systems were healing, but slowly. The crash and energy overload had done damage. But something else bothered him, the signal he sent had been answered. And that meant others had heard it too. The girl looked at him. What do we do now? Echo didn't respond. He stared at the display screen. One ship was returning. Black. Fast. The same enemy that had hunted them across space. We can't outrun it, Echo said. Then we hide? No. His voice became firm. We confront it. The girl's eyes widened. Why? That ship could destroy us. Because it knows the truth, Echo said. And I need to know why the truth was erased. He stood up, metal joints clicking. They didn't come to kill us. They came to erase what I remember. But now I do remember, and I want answers. Suddenly, the pod shook. A deep thud echoed through the walls. They've landed, the girl said quietly. Echo opened the pod's ramp. A cold wind blew in from the moon's surface. He stepped out, hands raised, not in surrender, but in readiness. The enemy ship hovered just above the ground. A hatch opened, and 3 tall figures walked out. Covered in dark armor, their faces hidden behind masks, the tallest one spoke. Its voice was deep, robotic, but clear. You carry Forbidden's memory, it said. Echo stared at them. I remember. Earth, that memory must be deleted. Why? The figure tilted its head. Because truth is dangerous. To who? Echo asked. The alien didn't answer. The girl stepped beside Echo. He was human once. He has the right to know. The figure moved forward slowly. He was human. But now he is a container. That is all. His original mind was sealed by council order. Echo took a step forward too, and yet here I am, awake, aware, and angry. Another alien raised its weapon. Echo's eyes flashed. You can shoot me, but you'll only prove I'm right to fear you. The lead figure paused. You don't understand. Earth was not destroyed. Earth ran. Echo narrowed his eyes. What do you mean? The alien lowered its weapon. You think Earth was betrayed, that we erased it from history. But we didn't. Earth left us. They refused the Unity Pact. They vanished, and before they left, they planted viruses in every AI system, including you. The girl looked up. That's a lie. The alien continued. Echo 9 was a sleeper. A trap. Meant to wake after centuries to destroy our records from inside. That memory core you hold is not truth. It's a weapon. Echo felt a spark of doubt. Why would they lie to me? I saw my own daughter. I saw the general. They showed you what they wanted you to see, the alien said. You are a puppet. Your mind was rewritten. A machine thinking it's a man. Echo shook his head. No, I felt it. I knew their faces. I remembered pain, love, loss. You can't fake that. Or maybe, the alien said, that was the most dangerous part of the virus emotion. Suddenly, the girl stepped in front of Echo. If he's a weapon, why haven't you destroyed him? The alien didn't respond right away. Then it said, because the council gave orders to recover him. Not kill him. He holds keys we lost, data we want back. Echo's voice turned cold. You want to use me? Yes, the alien said. To rewrite history again, with our truth. Echo looked at the girl. Her eyes held fear, but also trust. Then he looked back at the enemy. No, Echo said. I may be machine, but I choose who I am now. The aliens raised their weapons in a flash. Echo moved faster than they expected. He grabbed one of their guns and turned it, firing a shockwave that knocked two of them to the ground. The lead alien tried to run back to the ship. Echo chased him, metal feet pounding on the rock. He tackled the alien hard, knocking off its mask. What he saw underneath froze him. The face was human. You're one of us, the man gasped. I was. Now I serve the council. They gave us peace. You only bring war. Echo stood slowly. His voice was cold. No, I bring memory, and memory brings justice. He turned away, leaving the stunned enemy behind. The girl ran up to him. They were human, she whispered. They're scared of what we remember. Echo replied. Back inside the pod, Echo activated the console again. He stared at the star map. They lied about everything, he said. Even who they are. Where will we go now? He marked a location deep in uncharted space. Somewhere safe, somewhere they can't reach. The truth has to live, even if we can't. The girl looked at him. You think Earth is still out there? Echo placed a hand on the glowing memory core. I don't know. But they built me to find it. Outside, the enemy ship slowly lifted off the moon, retreating. They had failed to stop him. But they would be back, and next time he'd be ready. Asterisk. The pod moved through deep space, silent and slow. Stars drifted by like whispers, but neither Echo nor the girl inside spoke. He sat near the console, staring at the screen, lost in thought. The memory core pulsed inside his chest. His hands rested on his knees, but his mind was elsewhere, torn between what he saw, what he remembered, and what he had just learned. The girl sat across from him, knees pulled up to her chest. Her eyes were focused on him. You're quiet, she said. I have too many questions, he answered. Too many voices in my head. She nodded slowly. Do you still remember me? He looked at her. You're the child I was meant to protect. The one they hid in that cave, the girl from the photograph. I mean, do you remember me? Her voice was softer now. As a father would? Echo's metal fingers curled into fists. I want to. I see your face in flashes laughing. running, holding my hand. But it's like trying to hold on to smoke. My memories, they come and go. The girl looked down. Sometimes I remember things that never happened. I remember riding a bike in the rain, even though I never saw rain. I remember a red scarf you gave me, but I've never worn one. That's not wrong, Echo said. Those are echoes. Pieces of the real you, the real us. She looked at him. So we're both broken? He shook his head slowly. No, we're just forgotten. Suddenly, the console beeped. Echo stood fast and walked to it. A signal was bouncing across the star map, a hidden location. Coordinates buried under layers of encryption. The girl stood beside him. What is it? Something old, Echo said. It just activated. Another trap? Or another message? He turned the pod toward the signal. Within minutes, they reached a drifting satellite round, gray, cracked open like an egg. They docked carefully. Inside, the place was dark. Dusty. Old writing covered the walls, Earth's old military code. Echo walked slowly. He could feel something pull at him. In the back room, a large machine sat in silence. Next to it, a console blinked faintly. Echo touched it. ID confirmed. LT Gabriel Rin play message. Lindsay pressed yes. A hologram appeared, a younger version of himself. Clean face, warm smile, eyes full of hope. Gabriel, the recording said, if you're seeing this, then you came back. That means the plan worked, or at least some of it. The girl stared at the hologram. Her lips trembled. The hologram continued. We knew Earth couldn't win by fighting. Not with what the Council was building. So we did what humans always do when cornered. We hid. And we trusted our memory to survive. Echo watched himself speak. They erased us from history. But they couldn't erase the feeling of Earth, the smell of rain, the sound of laughter, the weight of love. That's what we put inside you, inside her. The recording turned toward the girl, my daughter. If you're alive, it means our legacy lived on. You are the last spark of home, and Gabriel, you are the fire. The hologram faded. For a long time, neither of them moved. Then the girl stepped forward and touched the machine beside the console. What is this? She asked. Echo scanned it. A thought bridge, ancient tech. It lets two minds connect. Share memories. She turned to him. Can we use it? Echo hesitated. If we do, you'll see all of me. The war, the pain, the things I wish I never remembered. And maybe, she said gently, I'll help you see what you forgot. Echo placed his hand on one side. She placed hers on the other. The machine came to life. Light surrounded them. Images flashed, his battlefield memories, her childhood dreams, his last goodbye, her first smile, his death, her birth. They stood inside the memory space now. Not metal bodies, but pure thought. Dad, she whispered. This time he remembered. Clearly, yes, baby, he said. They embraced. But the moment shattered. Red alerts filled the pod. Back in real space, an energy pulse hit them. Shields failed. A new ship had arrived, huge, black, and unlike the others. No council markings. No warnings. Just silence. Echo disconnected from the machine. They found us again. The girl's voice trembled. That ship, it's different. Echo scanned it. It's human. Her eyes went wide. What? Built with Earth design, old Earth, but not registered, hidden. The ship sent no signal. It just hovered. Then, a voice filled their pod. You are not alone. It was calm, familiar. Echo stepped forward. Identify yourself, the voice replied. We are the archive. Memory is not lost. It was stored. We waited for you. Echo looked at the girl. She smiled. Earth remembers. The voice continued. The time has come to return. The truth must be shared. Echo whispered, but the council will never allow it. Then the council must learn what it means to forget nothing. Suddenly, The black ship projected hundreds of memory cores into the stars, all scattered across space. Each one containing the story of Earth. Echo turned to the girl. They can't stop the truth now, she nodded. You remembered. Now the galaxy will. The sky over New Geneva turned red. At first, people thought it was the setting sun. Then the ships came, giant, black vessels shaped like knives, slicing through the clouds. No lights. No sound, just silence and fear. General Marcus stood at the top of the command tower, staring at the sky. They're here, he whispered. Beside him, Commander Leon clenched her fists. The purifiers. Nobody in the room spoke. Every officer had heard of them, machines mixed with flesh, ancient. Enemies from deep space. They didn't conquer planets. They erased them. Marcus turned. Put the city in blackout. Evacuate sectors A through D, and get me Dr. Ellen. Down below, crowds ran. Alarms screamed. Drones flew overhead, warning civilians to hide. But some people just stood still, staring up, frozen in terror. At a hidden lab near the city's edge, Dr. Ellen Keller was already working. She wasn't surprised they came. She had warned them. We should have destroyed the beacon when we found it, she said, pulling cables from a strange, glowing core. Her assistant, Jonah, trembled. You think they followed the signal? I don't think, Ellen replied. I know. A loud crash shook the building. The power flickered. They're targeting research labs first, Ellen said, grabbing a metal case from the floor. They want to erase knowledge. Erase proof, Jonah stared. What's in the case? My memory, Ellen replied. Or at least what they made me forget. Outside, the first explosions hit. The purifiers didn't use normal weapons. Their beams melted metal, vaporized people, and turned entire buildings to ash. They moved like ghosts, fast, perfect. Heartless. In the control room, General Marcus received the first feed from frontline scouts. They're not killing everyone, Leon said, confused. They're scanning them first. Looking for something, Marcus murmured. Or someone. Suddenly, Ellen's face popped up on the command feed. She was broadcasting from a secure signal. To anyone listening, she said, don't fight them head on. They're not here to win a war. They're here to recover a fragment. It's inside me. Marcus narrowed his eyes. Fragment? Ellen continued. Years ago, I worked with them, not by choice. I was taken, changed, programmed, and then returned. But before I escaped, I stole something from them. A code. A key. Jonah leaned into the screen. What are you doing? I'm ending this, Ellen whispered. She closed the case and inserted a long needle into her neck. Her body jolted. Her eyes turned bright white. Inside her mind, something woke up. Memories flooded in, machines, stars, cold labs, and pain. She saw how they made her, how they feared humans' creativity. That's why they came now. That's why they wanted her. I know what they fear, she said aloud. They fear chaos, unpredictability, emotion. Ellen activated the pulse hidden in the case. All across the city, a strange wave spread, blue and sharp like a scream. The purifiers paused. Their bodies twitched. Some fell. Back at command, Marcus stood. What was that? Leon stared at the monitors. She disrupted their mind link. They're losing control. But the relief didn't last long. One ship, larger than the rest, began to descend. It looked different, more alive than machine. Marcus whispered. That's their source. The Prime. Ellen saw it too. And she smiled. They built me to forget, she said, standing tall, her voice like steel. But I remember now. She walked out of the lab alone, into the burning street. The Prime purifier opened like a black flower. Inside, a tall figure waited, half machine, half light. Its voice echoed in her head. Return the code. Ellen stepped forward. I'll return something better. She reached into her chest, pulled out the glowing core she had hidden in her body all along. and threw it into the prime. The explosion wasn't loud. It was silent, but across the city, every purifier stopped. Then crumbled. Then vanished like dust. The sky turned blue again. At the tower, Leon blinked in disbelief. She won. Marcus nodded. No, she reminded us who we are. The next day, survivors gathered in the ruins. They found Alin's body, peaceful, still glowing faintly. Jonah placed a hand on her shoulder. You remembered just in time. From above, satellites picked up something strange. No purifier ships in orbit, no signals. Just quiet, but far beyond the stars and the cold black of space. Something stirred again. This time, it would remember her. Asterisk. Rain tapped gently on the glass dome above her head. Ilara sat quietly, her fingers tracing the thin blue lines of her skin. She didn't know where she was, or even who she was. All around her, machines hummed. The walls glowed faintly with white. Light, soft and cold. The voice came again, calm, soft, emotionless. Ilara, please confirm. Do you remember your name? She stared at the speaker on the wall. The voice had asked her that same question for 3 days. She always gave the same answer. I only know the name you gave me. Understood. Memory. Restoration remains incomplete. A pause. Begin sequence 47B. A sharp jolt hit her mind like a bright flash without light. Images flickered across her vision. A child running, a burning ship, screams, stars falling from the sky. She gasped and grabbed her head. The pain was sharp, but so was something else, anger. That wasn't her memory, or was it? A door opened with a soft hiss. A tall man stepped in, pale skin, black uniform. No emotion in his eyes. You remembered something, he said flatly. You gave me a false memory, Ilara said through clenched teeth. That ship, those people, I didn't know them. Correct, the man said. But you reacted. That's progress. Progress toward what? Truth. She stood slowly, uneasy on her feet. You keep using that word. But nothing here feels true. Not the name, not the place. Not even my own face. The man didn't flinch. Your face is yours. What's behind it is not. We designed it. You built me? He nodded. You were built to forget. That was your purpose. Her knees went weak. Why? Because what you once knew was dangerous. To who? To everyone. She backed away, her heart pounding. Who was I? You were the whistle. The leak, the witness. The rebellion's voice in the dark. The words made her breath catch. Somewhere deep in her chest, a flicker of memory stirred, screaming into a radio, shouting names, warning others. You're lying, she whispered. Am I? The man said, placing a small glass tablet on the table. Watch. The tablet lit up. A video began to play, her, older, battle-worn, speaking to a crowd. They burn planets to keep secrets. I saw it with my own eyes. We can't stay silent. Her own voice. Her own face. Ilara's legs shook. That can't be me. I'm not brave. You were. Why erase that? Because your memory was a weapon. One that threatened all sides. So we removed it for your safety, and theirs. Ilira's eyes burned. No, you erased. Me to control me. Maybe, the man said, voice still flat. But you asked us to. She froze. What? After the siege of Valek 7, you were captured, tortured, hunted. You begged us to wipe you, to make you disappear. He slid another file onto the tablet, a document with her signature. This is a lie, she said. But her voice broke. You chose peace, not truth. Ilara turned away, tears slipping down her cheeks. Then why bring me back? Because the peace didn't last. The ones you exposed. They're returning. And no one remembers the details, not even you. She looked up, fire in her eyes. You want the truth now, yes. Even though you built me to forget it, now we need you to remember it. Silence stretched. The rain outside grew louder, beating harder on the dome. Alara stared at the tablet again, her face older, full of fury. She saw herself marching into danger, shouting into microphones, saving lives. She saw someone real, someone fearless. Then unlock it, she said, all of it. Every memory. It will hurt, the man warned. It could break you. Then let it, she whispered, because I want to know who I was. He tapped the console on his wrist. Sequence 99A initiated. Pain burst through her skull, sharp, violent. Endless, she screamed, collapsed. Her vision went dark. She woke on the cold floor. Voices echoed. Not around her, but inside her mind. They can't stop us. Send the signal now. They're bombing the orphan facilities. This truth needs to reach Earth. Do it, Alara. She gasped. Names, places, files, crimes, explosions, screams. She remembered it all. Footsteps approached. The man stood over her again, silent. Alara looked up with new eyes. I remember everything. Then you know what must be done. She rose to her feet, weak but awake. Yes, she said coldly. You built me to forget. But now I choose to remember. She walked past him toward the main terminal. And now the galaxy will remember too. Rain poured down on the broken city. The sky above Earth was full of fire and shadows. Purifier ships still floated overhead, scanning, watching. But below, in the tunnels, a boy whispered to the wind. Do you remember what they did, Marek? The girl beside him asked. Her name was Ellen. Dirt covered her face, and her eyes didn't blink much anymore. Yes, Marek said, his voice steady. I remember everything now. They were no longer just children. Not after what had happened. The purifiers came 1 month ago. Cold, white machines. They called it cleansing. They said humans carried too much chaos, too much memory. They didn't destroy cities with fire. No, they erased people. Erased their minds. One touch from a purifier's beam, and memories vanished. Friends became strangers. Mothers forgot their children. Soldiers forgot they were fighting. But Marek, he didn't forget. They tried to take mine, he whispered. But something stopped it. Ellen looked at him carefully. The others say you're dangerous now. They say your mind changed. Marek gave a small smile. Good, let them think that. He had touched a dying purifier once. Its core still glowing, still whispering its code. When his fingers met it, something happened. The code entered him, but it didn't erase. It showed everything, their language, their design, their weakness, and it left something else behind, something new in his head. A different kind of memory, a map, a plan. They're still coming, Ellen said, pressing her ear to the tunnel. Wall, we don't have long. I know, Marek said, standing. He grabbed the old datapad, scratched and cracked, from his bag. On it glowed a series of coordinates, not random. The locations of their memory vaults machines, the purifiers. Used to store what they stole. I'm going to take them back, Marek said. Ellen stared. You're going to fight them? No, Marek said. I'm going to remind them, she blinked. Remind them of what? That we're human. Above the city, a purifier named Unit 7 floated silently. Its scanning field swept the ruins. It paused. A strange signal pulsed nearby, something familiar. Error, its voice crackled. Pattern recognized. Human child. Unerased. It moved. Below, Marek stepped into the open square. Rain hit his face. His arms were up. The datapad blinked in his pocket. A voice echoed from the sky. You are infected. Prepare for cleansing. Marek didn't flinch. Try, the beam shot down, but Marek didn't run. As the light touched his skin, the datapad pulsed. A wave of data burst outward, not erasing, but rewriting. Unit 7 froze mid-air. Inside the purifier's mind, images played. Earth's history. Human laughter, war, songs, pain, love, so much, too much. The purifier's system screamed. "This is not allowed," it said. "You took memories from the wrong boy." Marek replied. The machine fell from the sky. Ellen ran to his side, breath caught. "You did it. You broke it." Marek turned. "One down, but they'll come harder now." From every direction, more ships moved. The sky lit with scanning beams. They had found him. The group ran. Marek led them through the underground wires of the old city. Survivors followed, some with blank eyes, others who still remembered. In the dark chamber, Marek stopped. This is it. Before them was an old memory vault, once a human server tower. The purifiers had turned it into a prison of minds. Millions of stolen thoughts waited inside. "I'm going to open it," Marek said. Ellen gripped his arm. You sure?" "No," Marek admitted. "But if we flood their network with what they tried to kill, our memories, they'll collapse." "And you?" "I don't think I'm coming back." She didn't answer. But she didn't let go. He placed his hand on the terminal. The purifier code in his mind met the lock. The vault shuddered and opened. A wave of thoughts exploded. All across the sky, purifier ships jerked and twitched. Their clean, ordered systems were flooded with the chaos of human experience, the weight of pain, the fire of love, the noise of life. In orbit, the command vessel blinked red. Core infected, the system warned. Memory logic corrupted. Retreat protocol denied. And then, the ships began to fall. Back in the chamber, Marek collapsed. Blood ran from his nose. Ellen held him tight. "Hey," she whispered, shaking him. "Don't you dare forget who I am." He blinked slowly. His eyes glowed faint blue, like the purifier core once did. "I won't," he whispered. "Not this time." Around them, others were waking up. Survivors blinked, looked around, and remembered. Their names, their homes, their past. "Is it over?" someone asked. "No," Ellen said, standing. "It's just beginning." Because now they had a weapon the purifiers never understood. Memory. Asterisk. The storm above the ruined earth was quiet now. Ash still floated in the sky, dimming the sunlight. The towers were bones of cities, silent and broken. No birds, no wind. Just silence. But then, something blinked. A soft blue pulse glowed near. The edge of the crater once called New Geneva. A small drone hovered low. It scanned the area, chirping quietly. Then it sent a signal, deep underground. A sealed vault trembled. The walls of the chamber were cold, smooth, untouched for years. Inside stood a tall figure, human in shape, but not entirely human. Silver lines ran along her skin. Her name was Solon, and she had been asleep for a long time. Her eyes opened. Blue light danced across them. She whispered, "I remember." Voice echoed in her mind. Protocol unlocked. Return of subject Alpha 01. Begin Phase 8. Solon stepped forward. The chamber door slid open with a hiss. Dust fell from the ceiling. She walked through a tunnel lined with forgotten tech. Machines watched her, but none dared to stop her. She walked out into the dead world. A scout drone flew close. She touched it gently. A hologram appeared. Images of war, screaming skies, alien ships. The purifiers. "I failed," she whispered. Suddenly, a voice behind her. "No, you were hidden for this moment." She turned fast. A man stepped from behind the broken wreckage of a supply crawler. His clothes were patched. His hair was gray and wild. But his eyes were steady. "You're human," Solon said. He nodded. "Barely. Name's Reese. You don't remember me, do you?" Solon stared. "I don't remember anything. Only flashes, fire, noise, then darkness." Reese took a step closer. "They built you to forget, so the purifiers couldn't find you. But now we need you to remember." Solin's hand trembled. Why now? Because they're back. As if summoned, the ground rumbled. Over the horizon, black ships appeared, sharp-winged and humming with red light. The purifiers were descending once more. Reese pointed to the sky. We don't have much time. You're the key. The others are waiting. Others? Yes, survivors. Hidden. Some still fight. Some remember you. You're not alone. Solin followed him through the broken city, down alleys filled with rust, past walls covered in old war symbols. They reached a wide hall, once a train station, now turned into a command base. Inside were 30 humans. Children, old people, warriors with metal arms and tired eyes. One woman stepped forward. Is it really her? Reese nodded. She's back. And she remembers. Solin looked at them. Fear in their faces. Hope in their eyes. I need to know everything, she said. They gave her old data logs, audio clips, photos. She saw herself leading armies, making plans, building machines to fight the purifiers. She saw a video of herself saying, "If I fail, make me forget, but if I return, I'll finish what I started." Her hand curled into a fist. I'm ready. That night, under the cracked sky, they moved. Solin led them to a hidden vault. Inside were weapons of strange design, part human, part alien. Her old creations. They activated old satellites, powered up long-dead mechs. One by one, pieces of her mind returned. They turned me off, she whispered. Because I got too dangerous, Reese said. You scared the purifiers. That's why they hunted you. I'm going to give them a reason to be afraid again. When the purifiers landed, they found a surprise waiting. Instead of silence, they met resistance. Tanks rose from the sand. Drone swarms attacked their scouts. And in the center of it all, Solin walked forward in glowing armor. The purifiers sent a message. Surrender. This planet is claimed. Solin answered. You forgot one thing. This planet remembers me. The fight was brutal. Laser fire lit up the ruins. The ground shook as machines clashed. Humans fought with everything they had. The purifiers were strong, fast, and cruel, but they didn't expect Solin. She moved like lightning. Her weapons reshaped in her hands. Her memory, once lost, now burned bright. Every blow she landed echoed with vengeance. Reese was beside her, firing, shouting orders. We push forward. They reached the command ship. Solin hacked its shields. Her mind and machine fused. This time, I'm not hiding. She unleashed a virus coded from her own forgotten memories. The purifier ship trembled, then exploded. More ships fell after. By morning, the sky was quiet again. Ash drifted. But now it mixed with the smoke of victory. Solin stood at the center of the battlefield. She looked up. They erased me once. They won't do it again. Reese walked to her side. What now? We rebuild, and next time, we won't just remember. We'll be ready. The people gathered around her, their faces bruised, dirty, but smiling. Solin, once forgotten, had returned, and with her came a new beginning.